Hi there and welcome. So let's dive right into a pretty radical idea. What if the laziest thing you can possibly do is also the most productive? Yeah, today we're going to explore the strategic and honestly, the necessary art of doing absolutely nothing. I mean, does this sound familiar? We're all living in this world of hustle culture, right? Where every single hobby has to somehow become a side hustle, and every moment of rest is just about recharging so we can get right back to work. It's this constant pressure, this guilt that just sneaks in the second we even think about being still. And that's the core question we're really going to tackle here. We're going to challenge that super deep-seated belief that our value is somehow tied to our output. It's time to reframe idleness, not as a failure, but as what it really is, a fundamental need for our minds and our bodies. So, how in the world did we get here? For generations, we've been taught that laziness is the enemy of progress. It's been painted as this major character flaw, a sign of stagnation or, heaven forbid, a lack of ambition. And this cultural conditioning, it runs deep. We've basically weaponized productivity against our own well-being. And the result? Well, now even our rest has to look productive. We don't just rest anymore. We optimize our recovery. But what if we're completely missing the point of rest in the first place? Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the science of it all. What's actually happening up here in our heads when we just stop? Because as it turns out, an idle mind is anything but empty. No, it's a total hotbed of activity. So let me introduce you to the default mode network, or DMN for short. See, when you stop focusing on all those external tasks, answering emails, watching a show, planning your day, your brain doesn't just power down. Nope, it switches into this incredible internal processing mode. It's literally when your brain starts talking to itself. So what does this DMN actually do? Well, according to psychologist Sandy Mann, this is where creativity is born. It's where your mind just wanders and starts making all these amazing new connections. It also processes unfinished tasks, those little open loops that cause so much anxiety. There's a name for this. It's called the Zeigarnik effect, where our brains are actually better at remembering stuff we haven't finished yet. So letting your mind wander, that's how you finally get some mental closure and let your nervous system actually heal. Okay, so how do we tap into this incredible power? Well, there's this wonderful Dutch concept for exactly this kind of intentional idleness. It's called Niksen. It literally just means to do nothing. But, and this is the important part, it means doing it without any purpose or goal whatsoever. And this is where we see the huge difference. See, what most of us call rest, mindlessly scrolling through our phones, that's actually just passive distraction. It's this constant stream of input that keeps our brain focused on the outside world. And it keeps our nervous system in this low-grade fight-or-flight state. Niksen is the total opposite. It's active recovery. There's no goal, there's no input. It's what allows the brain to finally turn inward and lets our nervous system switch over to that beautiful rest and digest mode. All right, so if this is all so great for us, why does it feel so weird? You know what I'm talking about? Why do we get so antsy and feel this powerful, almost irresistible urge to just do something the second we try to be still? Well, guess what? There's a name for that feeling. It's called action bias. It's this deep-seated psychological impulse we all have to act, to do anything at all, just to feel like we're in control. So that discomfort you feel when you try to do nothing, it's not a personal flaw. It's a recognized cognitive bias that pretty much all of us share, especially if we come from high-pressure environments. And that's why resisting that bias is such a profound act. To truly just sit in stillness is to send yourself one of the most powerful messages you possibly can in our modern world, that your worth has nothing to do with your productivity. You are enough, period. Just as you are. Okay, I'm convinced. But how do we actually put this into practice? Without turning doing nothing into just another stressful item on our to-do list. Let's get practical. All right, here are a few ideas. First, find a window of observation. Seriously, just a park bench, a bus window, and just watch the world go by with no podcasts, no music. Second, try a dedicated Niksen moment. We're talking just 10 minutes of letting your thoughts drift wherever they want to go. And third, and this one's a big one, reclaim your hobbies. Paint badly, garden slowly, go for a hike without tracking it. Let it just be for the joy of it, not for performance. And please start smaller than you think you need to. The goal here is not to become some master of meditation overnight. Just try for 1 minute, 60 seconds of just being. No phone, no distractions. That's it. And that, right there, is a huge victory. I absolutely love this metaphor. Think about a mountain climber for a second. The most critical moments of the whole ascent, they aren't just the climbing, they're the pauses, the moments to rest, to catch your breath, to take in the view. That rest isn't a failure to climb, it's the very thing that makes reaching the summit possible. So the next time you feel that pull to be productive, to optimize just one more minute of your day, I want you to ask yourself this question. Our brains, our bodies, our souls, they all have seasons. They need these periods of deep, lazy dormancy in order to really flourish. The question isn't whether you have time for the pause, it's whether you'll choose it.